Hello everyone, it's been a little while since I've done one of these, so I have a handful of games to talk about, and another one that I just finished the other day that we will be talking about in the future. It's part of a separate video with Amanda, coming up eventually here. But first off, one I will talk about briefly because I've mentioned before in other videos, I've been replaying for the first time Lost Odyssey on the Xbox 360. One of the best RPGs of that generation, definitely one of the best Xbox 360 exclusives. This is like the number one game that would make me want to hold on to an Xbox 360. Just a fantastic RPG. So replaying that for the first time ever, and as I said in a previous video, I loved it the first time I played it. I liked it even more the second time through. Just a brilliant game, a fantastic experience, and it's sad that it will likely never see the light of day again. I doubt it's going to receive a proper remaster ever, or definitely not a sequel or anything. I doubt it's ever going to be ported to a different system. Hopefully I'm wrong about that, but I think that's that, along with things like Blue Dragon, along with The Last Story. I think all those are stuck on their original systems, or anything that's backwards compatible, whatever. And also on the 360, something that was a random find at the thrift store as we were buying stuff for the store, I decided to check it out because I love snowboarding games, and I'd never played this game before, Amped 3. I really enjoy snowboarding games, and especially the SSX series, the first one and Tricky in particular, and I put this in. I wasn't sure about it at first because it actually has a storyline through the process of exploring the mountain and doing all kinds of different challenges, and I was like, I don't know how much I'm gonna enjoy that. I like more the kind of go straight in and do a race or trick challenge or whatever of more kind of arcade style type thing. But I actually really liked it because it was really funny, decent soundtrack. I love the design of the mountain, how you can kind of free roam, a lot like SSX3. You can free roam throughout the environment and find different challenges and do them. I thought it was great and fantastic. I love the controls. Just this was a fun surprise for me, so I was happy to grab that for like $1, and I decided to go and play it because I had the 360 hooked up currently to the projector with the Xbox 360 HD DVD player, so that's hooked up. So I was like, play some 360 stuff. Next we have a game that I've been looking for a while, but I can never find it with both versions. Rodea the Sky Soldier. I've been looking for this for the Wii U. This is the last game that I want for the Wii U. The last thing I need for the Wii U is the Xenoblade Chronicles X limited edition, the big box, with the art book and the little soundtrack and everything like that. But the last individual game that I needed was Rodea the Sky Soldier, the last thing I wanted. And I had to look for this particular version because I kept finding it with only the Wii U version. And if you don't know, this game actually comes with, I'll show you here in a second, comes with two versions of the game. There's the Wii U version, and there's the original Wii version, and even has in here both manuals, 2 in 1, and I kept finding it with just the Wii U version, and I didn't want to get that because I remember from previews and reviews when this first came out, universally everyone was saying the Wii version is actually better, and we never got the Wii version over here. I believe it was a Japan exclusive. I don't think Europe got it, maybe they did, but I'm pretty sure it was Japan exclusive on the Wii. Then eventually we got the Wii U version, and there were copies out there with just the Wii U version or with both of them. And from what I understand, the game was first ported from the Wii to the 3DS with some changes made, and then the 3DS version was ported and upscaled for the Wii U. So it's really, and I could definitely see that in playing it, because I played through the entire Wii version of the game, enjoyed it, and I played a little bit of the Wii U version just out of curiosity because it controlled very differently, but it looked worse. The colors weren't as vivid. Overall, it looked like a lesser version. It was like the opposite of what you would expect. It looked like the Wii U version would have been, maybe it was the Wii one, and then it was better for the Wii U, but really no, the Wii version even looks better, and it controls better. I mean, it's better in just every conceivable way. The Wii version is better than the Wii U version. And I really enjoyed it. It's by the creator of Nights into Dreams, so I was like, alright, it has a very similar structure to the levels to Nights into Dreams. It's like Nights into Dreams mixed with, a little more like a Sonic the Hedgehog type platforming, and a little bit of a shooting mechanic throughout it, a little bit of a combat mechanic, but the majority of the game you spend moving from point to point, and like Nights in the Dreams, it's more about staying in the air as long as you can, keeping a rhythm, making your target an enemy in the air, hit them, bounce off, quickly get to the other one so you can bounce off that, and like making chains and things like that, and staying in motion as much as you can. It's very much like Nights in the Dreams that way, and feels like a different version of that, with a little more traditional platforming elements and a little bit of a shooter element. It was interesting. It was a fun game. The only thing that was wrong with it is the same thing that happens with a lot of Wii games. Every once in a while, the Wii waggle gets annoying. Every once in a while, it just doesn't sense correctly. Like you'll be wiggling, and the little cursor icon just stays there, and then you wiggle again to finally it moves. And every once in a while, even some of the better Wii games, it wasn't always 100% perfect. But when it's working right, it is fantastically fun. It's a very unique experience, but if you want to check this out for the Wii U, try and find the version that has the Wii copy. Definitely that's the superior one. I've never played it on 3DS, but I wouldn't really bother with it. I really just enjoy the Wii version. So this was a lot of fun, and I was happy to play with the the Wii U again. I haven't really used it in a little while, and happy to grab the last game on my list for that console because I didn't have it until around the time the Switch came out. I pretty much missed out because we're usually a little further behind. I was really only a few years into the Wii and the the PlayStation 3 and 360 when the Wii U was out, so it wasn't at that point yet. And the Wii U is a fantastic system. It really is. Marketing is a huge issue with it. Not having great third-party support was a big problem with it, but for what's on the system, it has a great library. I absolutely love it. I like using the system. The Wii U is fantastic. Great system. It's too bad that Nintendo's practically erasing it from history. Like if you watch even some of their videos where they talk about history of Nintendo, different anniversaries for different things, it'll go the NES, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube, Wii, Switch. It's like, wait a minute, you're missing something there. But this is one of the few things that has not been and likely never will be ported to the Nintendo Switch. So check it out. It's pretty easy to find, just sometimes a little bit harder to find the version with both copies. And speaking of platformers, the other thing that I played through that we were very excited for and pre-ordered like most people right away because of Nintendo's marketing of the whole it's a limited time and we don't really know how they're going to re-release these titles on the Switch. They're going to be re-releasing them, but they haven't really explained how. They're keeping that under wraps. But the Super Mario 3D All-Stars, what I think is going to happen, I think they're going to start putting a bunch of N64 games on the eShop. Mario 64 will be one of them, and I think you'll end up with Sunshine and Galaxy being either put individually on the eShop or probably, I think, likely just sold individually for like $30-40 here, or maybe they'll release a Sunshine with something else, or a Galaxy 1 and 2 together down the road. But this particular version, this special anniversary edition with these three games on Switch, is for a limited time, so everyone went and grabbed it. They are still readily available for now, but we wanted to grab it anyway. We knew we wanted to play it, so pre-ordered that. And I was very, very excited because even though I've always had Nintendo systems, the NES was really the only time until now with the Switch that my Nintendo console was my main system. After that, it was always more of a secondary thing. I played the Genesis and the PC more than Super Nintendo, which I never really got into. We had an N64, but we only had a handful of games for it. Spent most of our time with the PlayStation. Had a GameCube, but spent most of my time on the Dreamcast and the PS2, and I even played the original Xbox more than the GameCube. I always enjoyed Nintendo systems, but they're never my main system, and oddly, because Nintendo's not really known for extraordinary third-party support these days, although that is changing with the Switch, I was always more into third-party games, a lot of exclusives and things on those consoles. I never had that many first-party Nintendo games. I just never did. The only Zelda games I've ever owned were 1 and 2, the first two on the NES, and then Ocarina of Time on the N64. That's it. Never got into Smash. Mario, I had, I loved on the NES, of course, because that was my main system, 1, 2, and 3, and we had Mario 64. And after that, I don't think I played little bits of Mario at friends' houses, but I don't think I ever bought a Mario game after Mario 64 until Mario Odyssey. I just was never been I enjoy Nintendo games. I've never been a massive, Nintendo fan. I'm not, I enjoy their consoles and their games, but it's never been I've never been into like a fandom of it, that type of thing. Never my main thing. So I was happy to explore this because 2 of the 3 games on here I'd never played for more than like 5-10 minutes, say at someone's house. Super Mario Sunshine I played at a friend's house when it was brand new. Super Mario Galaxy I randomly played a level waiting for something, I forget. My in-laws' house, because my sister-in-law has Mario Galaxy, and I think maybe Mario Galaxy 2, but I know she at least played the first one on the Wii. So I was very excited to have all 3 together on one cartridge, be able to play on the go. It was a great experience. And Mario 64, we were both very happy because Amanda loves the N64 and Super Mario 64. That was like her big system growing up. And we were both disappointed in the DS version of that game. We actually, when this came out, then sold off our DS version of the game because we knew you're never going to play it. Now we can play a version we enjoy on the go on the Switch. So I was happy to get Mario 64 for that reason. And Mario Sunshine, I was very excited because, again, I hadn't really played much of it, and it's very unique. It's a very different feel to it and mechanics, so I was very curious about that one. And Mario Galaxy always looked pretty fascinating to me, so I was curious to check that out. I played a little bit of Mario 64, and Amanda's playing that right now. Again, I had the game. I'd never played more than a few hours of it, like 4 or 5 hours maybe on the N64 when I originally had it, because I hated the N64 controller. I loved what they were doing with Super Mario 64. Did not like the controls. I just couldn't play a whole lot of it back in the day, and I've never really revisited it aside from checking it out again on the DS for a little bit. But check that out a bit. Super Mario Sunshine is, again, very fun, very unique. I played a good portion of that. I didn't play it the whole way through. I really enjoyed it, but platformers are not necessarily my favorite genre. I think really the only platformers that are big standouts, like I will play them start to finish multiple times and love them, are the first Jak and Daxter, any Klonoa game I run into, Nights into Dreams. The only big exception for me with Mario is 1, 3, and Odyssey. But I did enjoy what I played of Mario Sunshine. I know Amanda wants to work her way through that. I played through Super Mario Galaxy, and that was fantastic. It has an incredible score. It really does have a great soundtrack, especially for, it's more than I would expect from a Mario game, which has a lot of those familiar themes and a few interesting, nice tunes here and there. It's always a quality soundtrack, but it's never a massive standout. It's never something like, oh, I might listen to that song on its own. I would never do that with any other Mario game, but Galaxy has a great soundtrack, and it's not my favorite Mario game by far. There's a couple that I like far more than this, but it's probably one of, if not the most creative that I've ever experienced. I mean, even compared to Odyssey, the creativity level is extreme in Super Mario Galaxy. I love the mechanics. I love all the little worlds, and it took me a while to get used to the idea of, because there's such small little spheres a lot of times, just going the whole way around. And I kept having this urge to jump because I'm like, oh crap, I'm going upside down, I'm going to fall. You get over that very quickly, but it's very unique, and I enjoyed playing it a little bit on the big screen, but I actually mostly played it in handheld, and I really enjoyed it that way. So very excited to have these, and again, these are games I will revisit. That's just what I've played for now, but down the road I'll definitely revisit and play them some more. But this is definitely a fantastic collection. This is a must-have if you are interested in these games at all. I mean, Super Mario 64 has such huge historical significance. Amanda loves it. Sunshine is very unique, and Galaxy, again, is just very creative, so it's a really good mix of Mario games. So that's what I've been playing lately, along with one other game that I won't mention here, because, again, that'll be its own video eventually. But I'd love to hear what you've been playing, on what systems, and is there anything you're looking forward to for the rest of the year? For me, thinking about what's coming out that, or what I've been planning on playing, I haven't really decided quite yet, because I have one game that is hopefully coming in a few weeks, the limited run games print of the Panzer Dragoon remake. Again, I don't really play games digitally. It's been out digitally for a while. I'm waiting for that physical copy, so I'm going to be playing that when that comes out. And haven't decided what else I'm going to be tackling between now and the end of the year. We don't have any other games pre-ordered or whatever, but Amanda picked up some more PS4 games recently, a lot of shorter games, so I might go in that direction. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't quite decided yet, but definitely the next thing on my list, if it comes sooner, is going to be the limited run games, the Panzer Dragoon. Looking forward to that. Amanda has another limited run game pre-ordered for the PS4, of course, and we'll see what happens through the holiday season. But that's what I've been playing lately. I'd love to hear what you've been playing. And again, I'll mention here, because only a few days left really by the time I'm filming this, to go ahead and check out my Q&A video if you haven't seen it yet, and ask me a question, anything. Again, I've been very pleasantly surprised with the number and thoughtfulness of the questions so far. Very excited to do that video. I'm going to be filming that. I'm filming this on Wednesday morning, and I'm probably going to be filming that video either Friday night or Saturday and put it up sometime this weekend. Saturday night more than likely is going to be when that is. So look forward to that, and again, check it out and asking me any questions if you haven't done so, and I will see you guys later.